Okay, I know you guys are gonna see this, but this is take two for me because I don't know what the hell keeps happening with all my shit, and I needed to make sure that I do this video while no one else is here because I'm probably gonna get loud and rowdy, and having problems with the microphone again just means that I'm even more on fucking edge right now. All right, anywho, um. I'm doing something a little different this time. And what I'm going to do, and I know when you see a lot of reviews and shit like that, there is generally most often they have a script that they go off of. I don't go off scripts. I'll have notes, um, or like bullet points I want to talk about, and I just know I'll go crazy with it. So this time, however, I do have a script of sorts that I'm gonna make sure I stick to, and maybe just kind of add a little bit more as I go. And just to give you an idea, this bitch is 3 pages long. I've been getting back into like a writing mode, which is why I think last week's video about D&D and shit like that really just kind of hit for me. I was like, okay, this is how this is going. This is what's going on. Here we go. So this time around, and I know I've spoken about it in parsed bits, but I never spoke about it at length or even just as like a direct anything. Um, Such is not going to be the case this time because I'm going to be direct because I'm starting to see this more and more often, and it cannot irritate my asshole any more than it already does. It's impossible for it to irritate me any more than it already does. And these are phrases and or words that just drive me nuts that they're even a thing. And at the top of that list, because I see it so goddamn often, it fucking makes me mad. Should of, could of, would of. Not realizing that it's a fucking contraction. Apostrophe V-E. It's a contraction. I should have done this. I should have. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. And I understand it's what you hear. But writing it down, it's not a thing. Kind of is. Sort of is. That's why you'll say kind of, sort of. Or kind of, sort of. We even condensed that the hell down. And that's one thing that I learned doing all my time trying to play around with languages and talking with people with other is that we as Americans have some of the laziest tongues because we just mush everything together. And yet, whenever we go to try and teach people English or we learn a foreign language, we make sure that we talk like this and everyone can understand us as we talk so properly. But we don't do that kind of shit normally. So why in the hell do we teach it that way? It's just, it's like Australia. Australia will sit there and teach you to say manners and manna, but they're gonna sound the fucking same. Manna is manner. If it ends in an A, Australia throws a fucking R at it. Which then goes back to whenever you hear people say it's wash. I gotta wash my shit. I gotta pay attention to the first president of the United States, George Washington. We need to just throwing R's wherever the fuck we want to. It's ridiculous. And it just spirals. And I cannot stand by and pay attention if I see could of of, should of would of and be like, oh, that's fine. No, I will always be that prick that's like, could have, apostrophe VE, asterisk. And that's all the more I comment, just to go, fuck you, you're a dumbass. Another one that bothers me, I could care less. Okay, that means there's room. That phrase is intended to be, I couldn't care less, meaning there's all these things in the world that I should care about, all these things in the world that I should fucking do, and yours is at the absolute goddamn bottom because I could not care less. I could care less. Okay, so it means something to you. No, it doesn't. Well, then you couldn't care less. Let's pay attention here. Another one that I heard from my last job that honestly, seriously, just was nails on the chalkboard or nail clippers. Because, oh, Jesus Christ, I can't stand them things. But the one thing that they would always say that just irritated me, more so than the two I've already mentioned, or four, is I can't complain. Yes, the fuck you can. You can. Do you know why you can complain? Because you already know how not to. I can't complain. Yeah, you can. Well, it wouldn't do no good no way. Right. That's why you won't complain. In this one, I try to put a little mind game into some fucking people's head to say you can't complain means that your ability to do so or your freedom to do so has been wrenched from you. I can't complain. Oh, ugh. No, fuck kind of home life do you have? I can't complain. Why, is someone watching you? No, it's I won't complain. Because at least when you say I won't complain, you are giving yourself power to say, even though there's shit going on in my life, and even though I might be feeling kind of bad right now, I won't complain. It's an empowering statement rather than having power sucked from you. I can't complain. Why not? I won't do no good no way. So I won't. Because even your response to it, because to say that I can't complain implies that you do not have a choice. But then you say it wouldn't do any good anyway. Is implying what? That you can't complain because it wouldn't do any good if you did. So then I won't complain because it won't do me any good if I did. The two sentences fit together better. I won't complain. Empower your goddamn self, damn it. This is one that comes up a lot in like the YouTube shorts or TikToks and shit like that. Wait to the end. Wait for it. Fuck you. The moment I see that appear on any video, I don't give a shit what it is. I don't care. It could be something I have a legit interest in. And you know what I'm going to do? Fuck you. Moving on. Wait to the end. Is our attention span really at that level that I'm like, oh, I guess I'll start to watch this video. Oh, well, it's kind of long. I guess I'm not going to watch it. Oh, wait, it says wait to the end. Okay, I waited. I'm sitting here. I'm waiting. I'm doing it. And it's so great. Oh, man. Look at me doing it. I'm sitting here. I'm waiting. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I made it to the end. Are you that shitty of a video maker or content creator? That fucking thing is on my nerves, too. Everybody can make content. I'm a content creator. Go fuck yourself. that honestly isn't on the list, but it's one of those things that it does kind of irritate me. I create content. Yeah, so the fuck do I? But I'm not going. And have y'all seen this too? While I'm on the topic of like YouTube Shorts and TikToks, have you seen this shit where people are like, oh my god, so this time I was gonna go around and this was going, and then I was doing this, and then it was going to. Holy shit! Calm down, Spaz. Why the hell do you have to sit there and shake the camera like Michael J. Fox is holding that shit for you? What the fuck are you doing? Put it on a tripod. Well, I'm just going and walking around today, and I'm just doing this. And holy shit! Are you fucking kidding me? It's just like the people that always sit there and take pictures with their phone like at a weird ass angle. And I'm going, why in the fuck are we taking pictures at this angle? It should be at this angle, or I turn the phone and I can see it at that angle. But why are we doing this one or this one? What the fuck's the point of that shit? All right. This one I gotta say, because again, it comes up in YouTube Shorts, or it comes up in TikToks and shit. And it's all about women who like, am I someone that you would date? Or if you get into even more specifics, depending on what fucking rabbit hole you found down, do guys like girls with small boobs? Do guys like girls with big boobs? Do guys like girls with asymmetrical boobs? Do guys like girls with fake boobs? Ladies, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill you in on a little secret, all right? And it's not really that much of a secret, but someone needs to tell you, because this shit comes up all the damn time. Or maybe it says something about the shit that I okay to watching any of these fucking things. You know what boobs men like? The kind they get to see and touch. That's what we like. Do we have preferences? Sure. Is it going to be, I'm going to marry someone because they have that exact? Maybe. But there's not too many guys I know that'll be like, no, her boobs were off. He'd be like, I'm hitting it. And we're like, sweet, high five. And then we move on. It's not, well, you know, she's perfect and everything, but her boobs are a little too big. Why are you even entertaining being with such a monster? No. Dudes don't care. It's because all the other ladies in your circle try to tell you because you're a member of the itty bitty titty committee. That shit's been old since the fucking 80s. The dudes don't care. They don't care. You know what they do care about? You not gluing caterpillars to your eyelids. You're not sitting there drawing on your fucking eyebrows with a thick marker. Because when I was a kid, they were all pencil thin, and I'm going, what in the fuck is happening? Not only is there inflation on everything else, but we're inflating our fucking eyebrows now too? I'm honestly shocked that there's even a thing to where they're not going, you know what? Because we have normal size eyebrows, we got fucking broom handles on them shits. I'm surprised people are like, you know what? Just sand them the fuck down. Let's try to get rid of them as much as possible. I'm going, if you want to sculpt them so that they look a certain way, sure. But they'll even get them tattooed. Okay. That's off topic. But I knew I was going to get off topic at least at one point. But so far on the first page, I only got off topic once. We still got 2 more to go, and I still got 2 more on this first page. I hate the misuse of literally. And the fact that Oxford Dictionary was changed to say literally can also mean figuratively. What the fuck? No, it can't. No, it can't. Literally is fact. Figuratively is fiction. Fucking leave them alone. I literally can't. Yes, you fucking can. Unless the next word out of your goddamn mouth isn't fly like Superman. And we're like, oh, okay. You literally can't fly like Superman. You can't. And if you did, you better pick my fat ass up and take me with you, because I want to see some shit. Give me one of them fucking like baby harnesses that they take for tandem parachute jumps. Put me in that bitch. Let's go flying. I literally can't. Shut up. Okay. This next one is all about age. And I understand that. But there's even like some grace periods. And the word is skibbity. What the fuck is that stupid shit? That's one of the dumbest goddamn words I've ever heard in my fucking life. Like, skibbity. I'm just going to treat it as like those anime girls that are all like, yata. I'm just going to be like, skibbity. Because they always say if you want kids to stop using a word, older generations have to fuck it up. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Skibbity. Oh, shit. That's a thought I literally just came up with, and I'm going to fucking do it. Thankfully, I don't know any kids who say that dumb shit word. Because if they did, they would have slap marks on their fucking cheeks. Or cattle prod marks on their freaking spine. Because shut the fuck up. I'm not ignorant enough to say that each generation has not brought in their own lexicon into the world. Because they have. Like, I can remember the biggest changed word that we had whenever I was growing up was thanks to Snoop Dogg, who is now the uncle of the entire fucking world. Now, who would have thought gangster rap Snoop Dogg would be the uncle to everyone in the fucking world? So much drama in the LBC, it's kind of hard being Snoop D-O-double-G. But he's fucking revered. But he was also like shit on for the longest time. And then everybody knows how much weed he smokes. And most countries will be like, yeah, it's Snoop, it's good. What? I can't imagine having that kind of presence to be just like, everybody know that I'm over here smoking the drizzle dizzles. And that's what Snoop came up with, was the izzle. For shizzle. For shizzle, my dizzle. Okay. There's enough of the words there that you know for shizzle just means for sure. My dizzle, my dog. My dude. But skibbity, what the fuck did that come from? It's like, oh, what nonsense word can we make it? Skibbity-binky-dinky-dink, skibbity-binky-doo. I'm as retarded as you. That's what it reminds me of. It's a stupid fucking word. And I'm so glad I don't know anybody who says it. Because I would throw shit at you. Repeatedly. Hard. Until you stopped or I got an assault charge. Because the objects would start to increase in size. Or I'd put a shock collar on you and just zap you every fucking time you said it. Now, it took me a little while to figure out where Riz came from, but it's charisma. I'm like, oh! Granted, I didn't figure it out. They had to fucking tell me. But I'm going, okay, at least that makes sense that you just kind of took the middle chunk of a word and went, we're just going to make that something on its own. That's fine. But there's no way in hell skibbity came from anything. There's no way. You cannot tell me that this thing has a fucking origin story. There's no way. It's no. Just like when I first heard yeet, I thought it was stupid, but then it grew on me. Skibbity won't. I can tell you that right fucking now. And then I think the big factor for Yeet, and this was way before Jey Uso made it a thing. And by the way, his whole Yeet dance just reminds me of trying to push someone's head down to give you a head. Anyway, the fuck was I saying? Yeet. They said Yeet is the opposite of yoink. Well, I remember yoink coming up. You just grab something like yoink. And that was sort of an onomatopoeia of like a comic book thing, you know, like bam, yoink. Even watch some of the old cartoons when I swipe something, it would make a noise. So it's like yoink. Well, yoink is bringing it to you. Yeet is throwing it out. And that's when I went, all right, I'm cool with it. I like this. Because I can relate, because 2 generations later, you come up with yeet to have it be just like, you just yeet something. And I'm going, I'm all right with this now, because it makes sense, because I can yoink it out the fucking sky. I'm all right. This next one is more, it's more prevalent whenever you're at like a, whenever you go over to someone's house for the first time. You're welcome here anytime. Well, as one of my favorite comedians, George Carlin, would say, call them out on it. Show up at the house at 3 o'clock in the morning. Ask them if they want pancakes. Well, you said I was welcome here anytime. Well, right. So you just use a hollow phrase that you didn't actually mean for a bullshit purpose to make yourself feel better. Hate to say it that way, but that's exactly what the fuck that phrase means. You want to know what you really do? Don't tell someone that they're welcome anytime. You can say you are always welcome here, and then give them an invitation. And I'm gonna get a little serious, and we'll get back to me being a yelling, grumpy old asshole here in a bit. But for someone who spends all but about somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 to 19 hours a month by himself, an invitation means a lot. You know, losing my uncle last year really kind of told me that we can sometimes get so caught up in our own lives that we don't really realize the other people that we have nearby that could potentially really use an invitation. An invitation to join something, sometimes just an invitation just to come over and hang out. You'd be surprised how much that little something could mean to someone that means something to you, just to give them an invitation. You know, we say a lot about how just smile and ask how someone's doing, because you never know, they may need it. But that's to a complete stranger. Why don't we ever apply a saying like that to the ones we actually care about? I mean, an invitation to lunch, an invitation just to come over and like watch a movie or just talk about something or go or anything. I know for myself, I'm not the type of person that needs to have some type of special event to go see my friends. Because like I said, with losing my uncle last year, was talking with his son-in-law, and he just came up to me and he said, "Where next?" I went, "The fuck?" He goes, we're next. I was like, well, there's a couple more generations in between him and us, but yeah, I'm on the downslope. And I would much rather bow out of this world feeling content, knowing that I spent time, not an overtly ridiculous amount of time, but just enough for it to still be meaningful every time. I would like to say that I would be content by the amount of people that I spent time with, instead of I wish I would have talked to someone one more time or whatever. Now, I'm not putting this out there to make anybody feel bad, but again, like I stated with the very first one of these that I ever said, is get people thinking. I'm not trying to change the whole world. I'm not even trying to change my world. I'm just trying to get people to think. Try to get to the point to where you can go, you know, I haven't seen this person in 8 months. I haven't seen this person in 4 years. I haven't seen this person in 7 years. I haven't seen this person since I was a teenager. They still mean something to you, or you're still curious about what they're doing, reach out. You only have yourself to blame because you can't get back time when they're gone. And time is the only thing that, no matter what, presses on with or without you. Because eventually all of our time on this planet's done. And this video could potentially have someone who runs YouTube that goes, no, this is the time we go ahead and delete this. Because how many videos do you see come up 17, 18 years ago? You got to go searching for them. So eventually they're just going to fall off the mark. And it might be something to where if a video hasn't been viewed in 20 years, or nothing on a channel has been viewed in 20 years, they may get rid of it. And then we're as much of a no-name as the first bartender in the OK Corral. That person has been lost to time. So, all right. Sort of sad, sombering moment aside, let's get back to me being angry about shit, shall we? Can I ask you a question? And again, a comedian I really enjoy, Mitch Hedberg, will be like, hey man, you got to give me a chance. Because the fact that you're asking a question to ask if you can ask a question is just kind of stupid to me. I've always thought it was stupid. And I started to come up with a retort of, besides that one, and just get people thinking of, how stupid is this question? Now, you could probably say, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? Like, oh, shit. And sometimes it sounds loaded. It sounds loaded because, can I ask you a question, is completely unloaded. You don't even have a gun in your hand. You have the bang, 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 bang at that point. It's fucking dumb. Can I ask you a question? Well, you kind of just did. So, what if I said no and you just asked me one? Kind of dumb, right? Kind of dumb. Okay. This next one has been bothering me for a long time. E. Like, what is the most popular vowel and letter in the entire English language? No. When we throw E in front of shit, the first thing that had E thrown in front of it was mail. Because it was to distinguish between postal service mail, or we call it snail mail now, and we have electronic mail. Well, then can I have your electronic mail address? Like, why? No, we scrunched it down and became email. It's an email. It's an electronic one. And the reason why it bothers me is the term esports. Because I'm sorry, if you're not basketball, football, baseball, hockey, soccer, rugby, Australian rules football, fucking cricket, FIFA, winter games, summer games, Olympics, all that kind of shit. If it's not that, then it's not a fucking esport. It's still a goddamn video game. Because you're taking sport and you're doing it electronically. That's what video games are by definition. Esports should not include shit like StarCraft, League of Legends, Call of Duty. It's not a fucking esport. It's not. It's a fucking video game tournament. Call it that. It's not an esport. If you're having a Madden tournament, that's an esports tournament. If you're having a tennis tournament online in a video game, that's a fucking esport. I can't stand that shit. Esport is not all encompassing because it doesn't fit the same rules and structures as everything that come before it. Period. I would probably be semi-okay with calling like Street Fighter or Tekken and all that other kind of shit an esport because boxing is a sport. And that's still a form of hand-to-hand combat. That's fine. But bitch, you're playing Call of Duty. That's not a fucking esport. It's not. It's not. Do you want more proof? What does esport fly under the banner of? MLG. Not only is it my motherfucking initials, but it's Major League Gaming. Call it E-Games. I fucking dare you call it E-Games. It's going to sound stupid, but it's more close to the point than fucking esports. It's not an esport. That one gets to me a lot. Because you can't. It's a sport. So what sport? I would even say hunting. You could throw in hunting in a video game, and that's an esport. That's as far as I think I would let it stretch. That's as far as that shit's gonna go. Period. Call of Duty? No. No. Like Overwatch when it was still a thing. Not an esport. The video game tournament. Shut the fuck up. Living my best life. As opposed to what? Before you ever said the term living my best life, were you living your worst life? And if so, did you ever refer to it as living my worst life? No? Then shut the fuck up. Everybody's trying to live to the best that they can. And I'm not going to get on a far off tangents on this because I can fucking go on this one. Because there's tons of people that are trying to legit pretend. Not pretend, but legit live to make sure you can't live your best life. And those aren't haters. Those are the motherfuckers in charge of the whole goddamn world. But living my best life. Oh, I'm just living my... I'm not! In all intents and purposes, I'm probably living my worst life right fucking now. But I don't walk around saying, oh, I'm just living my best life. Fake it till you make it. Now there is some science to fake it till you make it. So I'm not gonna get on that one. But this delusion of, well, I'm just gonna keep living my best life. Live your worst life for just a month. Be the worst fucking piece of shit that you can. And then after that month, then live your best life. Because then you've lived the worst one. But until then, shut the fuck up with that stupid shit. Because it's a stupid ass sentence. I'm living my best life. Blech. This comes to me mostly in like Reddit posts. And it always bothered me when people were like, you are. Just you are. I'm like, what the fuck is And then the kids started smushing a bunch of shit together, and I'm going, all right, I guess. But what always ended up irritating the shit out of me was you're going to type out all of this stuff and then at the very end put something like AF. You spell it all correctly, use all correct punctuation, but then at the very end it's AF. Just say as fuck. That's just like, God, I don't remember what comedian it was. I want to say it was Louis C.K., but I'm not 100% sure. Where he said he doesn't like, I think it was Louis C.K., he doesn't like the N-word. He goes, no, I'm perfectly okay with hard R. I'm not going to say it because I don't have near the pull that he did when he said it. But he goes, no, I'm okay with that. I don't like you saying the term N-word because that's projecting your racism onto me, because now in my head, I just said the word you didn't want to, so I didn't want to say it, but you said N-word, and now I put it in my head of, oh, that one. Just say it. And I'm going, that's actually a really good fucking point. And so when you say, oh, I'm hungry AF, I'm about to feed you some gravel, I know that much. Maybe some dirt if you're lucky. Just say it. If you're just going to sit there and put a small abbreviation, just say it. Just type it, especially if you're typing it. Holy shit. Everybody's able to hide their personas online, so your personas hide or hidden. Man, today I was just really tired as fuck. Oh? What were you tired as fuck from? Man, today I was just really tired AF. Don't care. If you're adult enough to have adult problems and you want to talk to other adults to have adult venting sessions and maybe get some adult advice, fucking talk like an adult. How have you gotten so far? I'm just hungry AF. Well, I ain't gonna feed you nothing AF. That doesn't really fit. I don't give a shit. You're gonna talk like a tard, I'm gonna talk like a tard. Shut the fuck up. Type the whole damn thing out. This next one has really earned a special place up there with like the esports thing, and it's not quite there, but it's getting there. Like it is on projection to just go right through the fucking roof and just irritate the piss out of me on a as mentioned basis. The ick. I don't think you all understand. I really, really don't think you understand just how much I can't stand hearing that shit. Especially some of the shit that follows. Have you seen any of these interviews, these street interviews, where they're sitting there talking to people? Yeah. What is something about men that gives you the ick? When they can cook. What? When a man has an umbrella. What? When a man loves his mom. What? When he doesn't drink alcohol. What? Like there's a meme of a list, and the last I saw, as far as the highest number, it was this close to 900 things men do that give women the ick. At this point, I'm surprised growing hair, having eyes, missing any type of limb. How dare you cut your fingernails? Why do you not have all of your teeth the exact same color? What is up with heterochromia? Like, if this ick bullshit does not convince you that in my lifetime, so somewhere within the last 30, 35 years, and that's being generous, I would even say from the moment I was conceived, there has been a nonstop approach to just destroying everyone near you. They're too tall, they're too fat, they're too skinny, they're too short, they're too hairy, they're too bald. I mean, and who deemed you the ruler of the fucking universe to think you're so goddamn special that your ick needs to be listened to? You know what gives me the ick? Women that says shit gives them the ick. If you say the ick, I instantaneously consider you an 8-year-old girl and going to treat you as such. Period. There's no other way around it. I'm going to consider you to be sub 10 years old, and I'm going to treat you as such. As of yet, I have not heard anyone mention this in my presence not being someone who's deliberately trying to get a rise out of me, but just like, oh, I don't like yellow. Yellow gives me the ick. Okay, well, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and go stand in the corner because you're gonna be in timeout. Because that's just going on a whole other tangent, and I've covered quite a bit of it before, of just acceptable hate speech, and that's what it is. And why aren't we doing more as a community? And I say community because as a society, we're fucked. But as a community, we have a chance. But if you give a shit about just a community, then that community can change. It's just like I said, and I still think that there's probably going to be every single person I tell the story to, how I started coming up with you as well, to say that as a response. And I hear it often now. And it was just throw people a little message to get it to start creating something in their head. And I truly, truly think while there is such a thing as healthy bullying, and I air quotes that because healthy bullying is sort of like putting people in their place, giving them a reality check, not being hateful and spiteful, but just giving people that reality check. Because you ain't perfect. You're never going to be perfect. You can be good. You can be great. But you're never going to be perfect. So don't stand so tall and stand so proud that you feel like you just put your head through the clouds and that everyone else is beneath you. Because I guarantee you, you're not. I can find 10 things within 10 seconds that just makes you a piece of shit. And the first one is always going to be your attitude and how you treat other people. I only got 8 more to go. You wouldn't understand. That phrase, I think, is very demeaning. Because you don't know what anybody else has been through. And when you have 2 people in your life that say the same thing that have never met to be able to hear the other one say it, I'm somewhat of a statistical anomaly when it comes to my own mental health, and that I'm not more substance dependent. My initial joke was, well, you have to have money to be able to afford it. And I think what came down the line is I do understand. The amount of things that I've been through and that I've experienced and that in many cases I've suffered through puts me on par with, I'd say, 5% of the world that maybe truly understands. And not to toot my own horn, but I have heard numerous people say or ask, why is it that I'm so easy to talk to? Because I'm not judging you. If you're just throwing things at me, I'm not going to judge you. I don't know what you've been through that day. But to say that someone wouldn't understand, I understand for the most part. There's a lot of people that you'll interact with that probably won't understand. That much I will agree with. However, giving someone that instant dismissal, I think, is a disservice to that person. And if you don't want that person to be around, sure, say they wouldn't understand. Tell them they're stupid. Or tell them you're just bad at explaining shit. But you can't just sit there and say you wouldn't understand. Just be honest with them. I really don't want to talk about it. That's enough of a statement to let them know there's some heaviness going on that you just don't wish to inject them with. And most people will go, okay, I'm here if you want to talk. Appreciate that. That's the best way to go about doing that. But don't ever just sit there and tell someone you wouldn't understand. That's just something that it hits me all sorts of wrong. And if someone ever told me you wouldn't understand, oh, the shit you think I don't know. All right. Whatever. um, but yeah, that you wouldn't understand. Needs to be thrown out. Um, and I've been specifically waiting until this specific one to see. All right. So, come on, focus. See how I got 99 plus likes or 99 plus notifications? Oh shit! Someone went crazy on the um, comments on the D&D page. Oh shit! All right. So let's see. Where am I at now? 890 likes in this 30-second clip. This girl says the word like 28 times. I almost want to play it for you, but I know how all the copyright laws and shit like that go. But there's a, let me see if I can. All right, let's see if I can get you at least a little bit of this. Hold on.
Romantic towards me. You just like want to me and like don't be romantic. Like I want to like
wait, so what?
like you know like I want to have like intimacy. Like I want to be like together. Like I want to have like a real relationship with you.
It's not possible, Leah.
Just because I did.
I should not even engage on the bullshittery, but
I just think that like that's just like I mean like I guess I get it like whatever it's like your like opinion, but like it just kind of sucks. Like I mean I didn't know.
Even paused it with the word like being in the captions. Oh! I don't remember how many years ago it took before I just started hearing that word come up. I'm like, all right, now I got to start counting. There's been at least like 5 or 6 in this conversation, and I'm just counting. And I remember one time this girl was like talking, and like whenever like she would say her sentences, and then like she would like talk about like something else, and like then would like the fact that you could put like and they just keep going. I started counting, and the moment she took a breath and gave me a chance to say something, I think it was 37. Was the next word that came out of my mouth. 37. What? You said like 37 times. That's all you paid attention to? That's mostly what you fucking said. It is bullshit, empty, useless filler words for zero purpose. This is another thing that I would give you a shock collar and just every single time. If you slow down and you truly think about the words that are coming out of your mouth and what you are going to project out into the world, you can get by an entire paragraph's worth of words without adding that one in for any reason whatsoever. You can even go, as I have done, and I continue to do as I'm saying this right now, not having any cuss words, because you're just going to throw those in there from time to time whenever you so please. But you can sit there and pay attention to what you say as you say it, so that you don't like come out like and say like whenever like some words like come out of your head. If you need time to speak, that like is sort of throwing out then slow down. That's really all you have to do. Slow down. Don't try to talk so fast. Because I truly think having the word like thrown in there specifically like that, and as I used a defining word term and not just like throwing it in there for like any old purpose, it can get to the point to where it says you are poorly educated, or you're probably just nervous or scared that someone's going to talk over you and not give you a chance to finish. So if you keep throwing the word like out there relentlessly and just without purpose and without any remorse, you're going to get to the point to where you're just filling up space for no reason. If your point is so inconsequential that you have to fluff it with a nothing word, because in that context, like is a nothing word that has no meaning other than just to show how poorly educated you are or how much you are nervous at that point in time. And my final point, holy shit, I didn't think this was going on that long. Apparently I'm rambling a little too much. My bad. The last one is the customer is always right. The amount of entitlement you have to throw that out to someone as a defense mechanism shows you truly don't understand the full capacity of that phrase, because you only used half of it. Because the other half is in matters of taste. And what that means is if I tell you I don't like pickles, you can't tell me that I'm wrong for not liking pickles. You love pickles. They're fantastic. They're great. They're refreshing. They're crispy. Whatever. And I go, fuck you. That shit's gross. You can't tell me I'm wrong, especially if it's in a retail or restaurant setting. I wrote an example down. Let's see, where is it at? You go to a restaurant and you order blueberry pancakes. Well, you have someone who orders blueberry pancakes, and you just, blueberry pancakes are gross. I happen to know the blackberry pancakes is so much better. I'm going to give them blackberry pancakes because they'll just like those so much better because blueberry pancakes are just really gross. And then you go and you put in the order for blackberry pancakes. As far as everybody else that is not at that table is concerned, that's what they ordered. So they cook up some blackberry pancakes, put them on a plate, bling, your shit's done, come get it. And you go, and here's your blackberry pancakes. I ordered blueberry. These are better. I don't want them. Trust me, they're better. That's where the customer is always right in matters of taste comes from. Maybe not from that exact scenario, but that overall context of it is where that comes from. You can't tell people what they like isn't good. You're going to give them something else, especially in a situation where it comes to retail or restaurant. You could try to tell someone that they're wrong, but they're not going to change. Oh, they said I'm wrong. All right, well, I guess I will have these blackberry pancakes. Thank you. I told you, like it. And it's really good. And I promise you'll thank me for it later. That's where that comes from. You can't tell someone that their taste is bad just because it doesn't agree with yours. And that kind of goes into a whole other metaphor for everything else in the world right now, because we can agree to disagree, and I can like what I like and you can like what you like. And I used it correctly in there, so don't fucking tell me I didn't. And we can coexist, because I'm not ordering blueberry pancakes to spite you. And you're not going to offer me blackberry pancakes because you feel like me ordering blueberry pancakes was to spite you. Or you can even sit there and say, for me personally, I don't like anything on my pancakes except butter and syrup. That's it. Waffles is another story. But usually it just goes to blueberry, and then beyond that, I don't usually venture. Like, everything else is just a little too much. But the point being is using the customer is always right as sort of a shield, especially like an offensive spiked shield that you're going to stab someone in the throat with. That's not how it works. And I can't wait for the next time I hear some shit like this happen. Even if I know 25% of what the argument is going on. Oh my God, I can't wait. Let me hear it. Please let me hear it. Because I'm going to jump in and go, well, for starters, you're an entitled prick and you're not even using the full phrase. It's the customer's always right and matters of taste. If they're telling you you're wrong and you're saying customer's always right as sort of a, no, you will listen to me, you are 100% wrong 100% of the time. Fuck off, get out. And I just hope it's not some place that I'm going to be banned from, because that might be what happens. But yeah. Anywho, this has gone on very long. I apologize for it going on so long. But I kind of had a feeling it was going to be one of them lengthy ass videos once I had 3 fucking pages. But I was like, it'd be like 40, maybe 45 minutes. Nope. We're over an hour. Oh, that dreaded double colon. Are there any words or phrases that y'all have that I didn't cover? I started trying to look some up because I'm going, I know there's more. I just can't think of them. Maybe I haven't heard them in so long. They just have wiped out of my head, in which case, fuck yeah. But if you want to hear me ramble about some shit that you have, throw some shit down and let me know. Otherwise, I hope y'all are doing well. This was recorded on Valentine's Day, that I am on year 16 or 17 in a row of no Valentine, but that's all right. But I hope y'all had a great Valentine's Day. Or as one friend of mine likes to call it, obligatory sign of affection day, which I always just love that because it's what they try to throw at you. Yeah, y'all take care, be safe, and see you soon.